Welcome to another edition of Set It Off Sunday. I am your host, Joshua Silva. It's my boy Lawrence in the building.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes. We're about to kick this off. Last episode, we talked about making money, but I think there's something way more important that we need to focus on, and we're going to get into it right after this.
Because there is another way. I know what it feels like to be a fraud. I know what it is to feel uncertain. I know what it is to be afraid. And I also know none of those feelings are my true reality. There is another way.
Set It Off Sunday.
So at 19 years old, I was working for Walgreens, one of the youngest employees there, and I actually got promoted, right? I was putting in crazy hours, making great money, and I looked at my tax return. So at the end of the year, you work, you get your W-2 statements,
Yep.
and it tells you how much money you made. And at 19, I made $60,000.
Okay.
Pretty good money.
Good money, yeah.
Pretty good money for a 19-year-old kid.
Right.
The funny part about it was I was still broke. You know what I mean? I made money, and I made good money, but I had no idea what I did with it. And I think that as I reflect on that, and as we have people talking about the need to make money and make more money, there is something that is vitally important that's missing in this discussion, and that is, what do you do with your money? And not only, how do I get it, but why am I getting it, and what are the skills that I need to keep it? You know what I'm saying? Even before the idea of making a lot of money or making money, again, my issue is people don't understand that money is a byproduct of your skill set, of who you are and what you're going on. So you can go out there and say, I need to make more money. But the real problem is not making money. The real problem is, what value are you adding to your community, to your world, in order to get the money that you need and that you desire? Am I making sense?
Well, I mean, yeah. Basically, what value you bring to yourself, like how you're enhancing yourself and your skill set to make that money.
Right.
No excuses.
Right. So for me, what brought this topic on was in my line of work, in my company, I have people that are saying, they're reaching out saying, do you got any work, or I need to make more money, or I can't afford to pay my bills. And it's frustrating for me, bro. And the reason why it's frustrating is because these are people that I see they have unpolished skill sets. They have so much potential, but they're not willing to put in the work to become the person that they need to become in order to make the money that they want to make. And
right.
it kills me inside, because it's just, to me, it's something so basic. But I'm beginning to see that a lot of people don't really understand that the money is not the purpose. The money is a byproduct of you getting better and better every single day at something that you love, or something that you enjoy doing, or being able to offer value to your community, or to your job, or to the world in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, so let me add to that, because basically in my line of work, you have tiers, right?
Yeah.
You have your foreman,
Yeah.
you have your workers.
Yeah.
So as you go on as a worker, you get paid by the hour. You become a foreman, your skill sets change, responsibility changes,
Right.
you get more money.
Yeah.
So basically you start running jobs,
Yeah.
right? You start running more jobs. If you make money on those jobs, you get a bonus. So like you said, if your skill can get better, you get more money. So
Right.
it's a mindset, like you said. But if you just want to be a worker every day, come to work 9 to 5 and just do your job and go home, and your skills don't change, you're not gonna make any more money. It's gonna stay the same.
Perfect. Let's dive into that. So I go into an industry. Let's say I go into industry, and just to keep this real basic, I go in as a laborer, right? So as a laborer,
Yep.
I can only make X amount of dollars. Let's call it $10 an hour.
You cap off at the ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
cap
a
off at $10.
ceiling, yeah.
Yep, that's my ceiling. So I'm a laborer. I'm in there. I'm making $10 an hour, and I can't afford to live off of $10 an hour. Now, to me, my mindset says, if I want to make more money, let me become the best laborer in the house. Let me begin to learn the skills that I need to learn in order to get past being a laborer, let's say the next step is being some sort of journeyman or
Apprentice.
an apprentice. Perfect.
Right.
So I got to develop better skills before I get paid the money that I desire in order to get what I want.
And also with that, depending upon the job, if you're at a certain job, either that job's going to pay for you to go to school, or you may have to pay for yourself to go to school.
Right.
Either way, to get better, you have to go to school and learn those skill sets.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I have to get the education.
You have to.
I have to get
You
the
have to.
training.
You have to.
And again, this is not about getting a job. The point is this: as the guy sweeping the floors, if I want to make journeyman money, or if I want to make the money in the next level, then I have to get the skills before I get the money. And I think that's where people are getting it twisted. They've got this idea that, oh, this job pays this, or I need to make X amount of dollars, and I should just get it. And then once I get it, then I'll become what I'm supposed to be. No, the point is, become what you're supposed to be, and when you become what you're supposed to be, then the money will be there. It'll come. It's not magic. To me, that's just simple, and I'm frustrated, and I can't understand why is it that people can't see this.
And also too, like, you add value to yourself, right? Basically, that happens at a job. Say you get a skill set, and now you're working at a higher level. If you're not happy at that job, now you have a skill set, you take to another job, right? So now you can go to another employee that pays more money.
Right.
You can get more benefits, things like that. But you have to start from that job first with that skill set and grow from there, right? So
the money's not even important, because once I get the skill, once I learn,
you make yourself valuable. You know
I'm
what saying?
valuable, and I can take that anywhere I need to go.
Yes, exactly.
Bam. All right, so now I want to take this out of the job. I want to take this away from W-2 working for somebody else. As an entrepreneur, when I first started building my own business, I couldn't afford to have somebody create a website for me. So I had to create my own website. And in today's day and age, it's there's so much technology, you can pretty much do anything on your own now. I don't recommend staying there, but you can start and learn anything you want to learn on your own. So we're going back 6 years ago. I started working with Wix. I had to build my own website. It was crap. I'm not gonna lie. It was junk. It was
Beginning stages, yeah. You just
it
learned
was the beginning stage.
Yeah, of
It was
course,
junk.
of course.
But it was something that I was able to put in place that was better than nothing in the beginning. And as I continued to grow in my businesses, and as I continued to work with other business owners and people that wanted to start their own thing, I built more and more websites. I've never taken a class on building websites, but through the last 6 years of trial and error, failing, going on YouTube, studying other people, getting feedback, and some of it was not always positive feedback, but it was feedback. And rather than taking it personal, I took the constructive side of it and I put it to work. By doing that, now I can actually build a decent website for me and any other company that I want to.
So while you're on that topic, right, you touched on YouTube.
Yeah.
So explain to the people about how you find information on YouTube, because some people can't even do that. They might type in the search engine and they might type in the wrong information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how did you get to that point where you was typing in YouTube what you wanted to look for, how to find it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
no,
that's
facts.
part of the learning process.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Especially being self-taught, you have to know where to look for information
And
on the
there's
computer.
actually something valuable in that. So in order for me to get the right information on YouTube or anywhere, I had to ask the right questions.
There you go. Exactly.
Exactly right. I had to ask the right questions. So how to build a website, I can go to YouTube and put in how do I build a website, and it's going to bring me to a lot of basic information, which is a good start. So I would take that basic information, and then from there, I would have more questions. So they would say, you got to do this with coding, and you have to do, this with graphic design. If there was a subject, or if I had a question, that question would be the next thing that I would research. So through a series of questions and being able to take notes and build my own log, I was able to get to the destination by continuing to ask question after question after question.
That's true.
Are you asking big enough questions of yourself? Are you asking rather than say, I need to make more money, the question should be, how can I make more money?
Right.
And when you ask that question,
Or finding something that you love to make more money.
right? Or
And sticking with that long enough to see that through. Because the biggest time
There it
is, for myself, I can tell you myself, I've tried a lot of things in my life. And a lot of times you get discouraged and you give up. Or sometimes you start it and all of a sudden, you know what, people tell you it's not worth it or you procrastinate, whatever, but you got to find something that you love and stick with it. Because that's the biggest thing about making money or anything in life. You have to be patient and be able to love it and see it through. Because if you don't, then it's going to just fall to the wayside.
And that's so valid. And the reason why I'm saying that's valid coming from you is I've been able to witness that in your rise. And again, last podcast we talked about, law with the sneaker business. Like, I see you talking to people on a day-to-day basis about sneakers, and you rattle stuff off, and you could tell that you're an expert in your craft. And when you originally started, you weren't an expert in your craft, but you worked for sneaker companies, where you were able to get a base education. You then had enough passion to start doing your own research, and you connected with other experts, and you started to absorb. And now it's to the point where, you can ask this man anything about sneakers, and I want you to understand this isn't about sneakers. This is just about the process and the formula. You can ask him anything about sneakers, and you can spit it out. And that's the point where you've literally been able to take that information, take your passion, and after getting the right education and foundation, you're now able to turn that into dollars and cents.
And it's crazy about that because back in the day, right, before sneakers was even like big the way they are now, I had to learn the ins and outs of sneakers about how feet work, you know what I mean? Size of the shoes and, what's good for a runner or what's good for cross trainers, things like that. Things that people now don't really hold value in, you know what I mean? But back then, the passion was different, right? You had to learn the ins and outs of a shoe. Right. Now it's more the value.
Yeah.
So everything's on value, right? Yeah. But if you have that other knowledge from before, it makes you even more valuable.
Exactly.
Because you can help people. People buy shoes, they don't even wear it because it's worth a certain amount of money, right?
Right.
If you love them and you wear them, it holds value to you.
Yeah.
Correct? So that's how I got into it.
Yeah.
Because I wear certain shoes that I love based off of my feet.
Right.
I have flat feet.
Yeah.
So all Jordans I cannot wear.
Yeah.
But because I love Jordans, I found the ones that I loved, and I stuck with those, right?
Right.
So again, I educated myself about certain things about feet and how feet work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just going deep into it, but it all ties into what you're saying.
Yeah.
Having a passion, educating yourself about something that you love, and now you can make money from it because you have that knowledge.
Yeah.
Right? That you did research or you just decided to stick with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got there in the sneaker aspect of it. You know what I mean? So one
again,
facet.
I want to make this very, very practical for the audience out there, for people listening. This is not about shoes. There is a formula. There's an absolute formula in order for you to take what you love and turn it into money. And this is the formula. So get your pen and paper. And I wrote this down because I didn't want to butcher it. Okay, so 3 steps. We're doing 3 steps. So the first step is find something that you love, something that you enjoy doing, and something that you're passionate about. You could be in the music industry. It could be sales. It could just be that you enjoy talking. You could enjoy working with kids. It doesn't matter. Find something that you love and that you enjoy that you see other people making money with. Okay, so that's step 1. Find something you love. Step 2, get a job or create some sort of hobby surrounded by what you love. Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm working with a young gentleman right now who happens to love firearms. Now, of course, he could take the long road, the very, very long road of trying to figure out how to create his own gun store and buy and sell guns. But the fact of the matter is, he's not somebody that wants to sell guns. He's not somebody that wants to buy guns. Of course, on a personal level, he does. But he enjoys having the discussion about guns. He enjoys educating people about firearms. And he's almost like the encyclopedia of all things firearms. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cool kid. So rather than put him in a position where he's going to have to, get all these certifications and go through, whatever the state, mandates, we're finding a way that he can be a consultant on firearms. And believe it or not, in today's day and age, that's a real business.
It is.
It really is. His ability to understand firearms, how they work, being able to match people with the right firearms is a viable commodity, and it's his way of adding value into the world. So again, step 1, find something you love. I love sneakers. This other kid, he loves firearms. Me personally, I just love to talk. As you can see, this is what I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Right, you've got to get a job or start developing some sort of hobby around that industry. Now, okay, step one, find something you love. Step two, hobby or job around the industry. Now, step three is to start to educate yourself and build up your skills surrounded in that industry, and then have the patience, what we touched on before, have the patience to allow that to grow. Listen, I don't desire to build websites, but the fact that I took the time to learn over 6 years, I can now charge a fee for me to create a simple website for somebody that's starting a small business. And now, because I love to talk, I'm also able to help to coach them through, building that business and connect them to the right people to get that moving forward.
I'm going to add to what he said. A bonus step 4 for me. Because you love it doesn't mean someone else is going to love it. So if you tell someone your ideas or your passions, they might come at resistance with it. All you have to do is stick to the course and stay with it, because if you love it, it's going to be great for you. This is about you making yourself better, like we're talking about.
Right.
Nobody else. You get better in your own craft, it helps you going forward. Helps your family, helps your friends, your loved ones. But you have to love it, and you have to keep loving it until it grows. You know what I'm saying? So for you, don't let nobody stop you from loving something and downing you because you like it. It might sound stupid to them, but to you, hey, listen, it's your passion, it's your love, it's your life that we're dealing with, right? So for you, do what you love.
Yeah, and keep it consistent. That's
Yes,
one thing I heard.
yes.
You've got to keep it consistent. If you start bouncing around from I'm doing this, I'm doing that, nobody's going to take you seriously. Stay consistent and do the work that needs to be done even when nobody's looking.
Yeah, that's
because
important.
It's super
That's
important.
important. That's important.
Don't do things for the praise and for the recognition. Do it for the love of it. That's why number one step is find something that you love. Because in today's day and age, making money is not that difficult, but being able to keep money and being able to continue to add on to what you're developing, it is tough, and it is a roller coaster.
Right.
And if it's not something that you love, it's gonna be hard pressed for you to hang on to it and continue through in the hard times.
That's a fact.
Facts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, hey, listen. The only other thing I'm gonna add in all this is support. Get a coach. Whether it's somebody that you pay for or somebody that you don't, it doesn't matter. Find a support system in whatever you're building. Law and I, surrounded by, our team, we have highs, we have lows, but we're always supporting each other, and we're always behind each other. We're always a word of encouragement. And you have that in your circle. I guarantee you. I guarantee you there's one or two people that that you can count on that are going to help build you up. And if you don't have it, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. We're all about showing you support and helping you build what you want to build, because we believe that anything that you want to do in this world is possible. And we're prime examples of that. We weren't born with silver spoons in our mouths, anything like that. We're just, we're a band of brothers that just grind day in and day out in order to build what we want to build and do what we want to do. And nothing is going to stop us because we have each other.
Every day, guys, and I mean to cut this guy off because I had a train, but my thought process is this: every day is a learning process, right? We all know that. Sometimes you might have people in your corner that might not, they might doubt you. But if you have the right support system, like he said, anything can happen. I talk to this man every day about life.
Facts.
About life. And sometimes it becomes business, personal, whatever, but you got to have somebody you confide in that can help you with no judgment, right? Because that's the key. If somebody can help you with no judgment, it helps you get further in life, further in your spirit, further your education. That's vital, guys. So support is key to all this. You can't do everything by yourself. I've tried it. It's not easy. It's not. But support is vital, guys. I can't put much emphasis enough. It's vital.
That's what's up. So listen, guys, we're not going to take too much more of your time. We want you to enjoy this week. And the challenge for you this week is to start figuring out what skills are you lacking or do you need to work on in order to get yourself to the next level. We want you to stop asking, how can I make more money? And we want you to start thinking about, how can I add more value? That's the name of the game. Add more value and the money will come. And that's
it.
That's the recipe.
That's it.
That's the recipe. Listen, we're two men that we believe that we can change the world, but we need your help to do it. And I just want to know, are you in or not?
That's it.